What's going on, guys? I'm Jesse Wuji, pro stock car driver.
And I'm Randcap, a Forza Motorsport expert.
Let's get started. Class is now in session. Turn 10's brand new racing sim, Forza Motorsport, is out now. Whether you're a seasoned driver or getting behind the wheel for the very first time, we've got you covered on the in-game skills you'll need in order to gain an edge on all the competition. Let's get to today's lesson on braking.
Let's go.
Braking is one of the most critical components in racing. It will help you with your lap time. People don't understand that. It's not about just who gets on the gas and who stays on the gas longest. It's about optimizing every single corner. So today, we're gonna get into some of those basics and teach people the philosophy around braking, and hopefully this helps them get the best lap time so that they're winning races. It literally looks exactly how it is in real life.
Exactly. In Forza, poor braking can rob you a record-breaking lap or be the difference between victory and defeat.
Let's start with the basics, brake pressure. Brake pressure is the force you apply on the pedal, and you want to make sure you're applying it in a smooth and consistent manner. On these slower corners, you're using maximum brake pressure possible to get the car woed up. You're getting the weight of the vehicle transferred forward, you're getting weight over those front tires so that the car will turn. But what I'm noticing what you're doing through these faster corners is you're using just a little bit of brakes, which is called brushing the brakes. As you brush that brake, you get a little bit of weight transferred forward, which allows you to have just enough to be able to turn and get through the corner. When you're going through these faster corners, the key is to maximize grip and maximize speed through the corner. Don't overslow by using too much brake pressure. Just use the minimal amount as possible, and hopefully that gets you through. You can maximize your lap times and hopefully win the race. However, applying too much brake pressure can result in disaster.
The dreaded brake locking.
Brake locking is one of the worst things that can happen on track.
Brake locking occurs at different speeds and brake pressures. But turning also impacts whether or not your brakes lock up.
When I say locking brakes, really what that is, your four wheels all of a sudden come to a complete stop while your vehicle is still moving forward. So imagine going at 100 miles per hour, but your wheels come to a complete stop. You'll just end up sliding. They're not going to be spinning anymore.
And if you need a little extra help, there's always the anti-lock brake system.
When a driver puts pressure on the brakes, ABS ensures the brakes don't lock up.
Oops.
There you go. Getting a little sideways.
Yeah, no problem. In general, I like to push my braking technique to the limit.
Which brings us to my favorite topic, and that is threshold braking. Threshold braking is the maximum amount of brake pressure you can apply before locking it up. Everything is dependent on your situation on track, right? So every track is different, every corner is different. Threshold braking is about figuring out what's the best way to maximize your speed through the corner while maximizing your grip.
For optimal threshold braking, apply an initial pressure around 80% for a short period of time. Then reduce the pressure quickly to avoid locking up the wheels.
Then there's a close cousin of threshold braking, and that is trail braking. Handicap is demonstrating some expert trail braking. The technique of putting pressure on the brakes beyond turn-in, and then after turn-in is slowly released or trailed off. It's best used on slow corners. Braking is absolutely crucial when you're trying to find that extra few tenths or even seconds sometimes. It's optimizing the braking in every single corner around the track.
I think it's safe to say this is a complex pro technique. But you can see how trail braking these tight corners helps me to optimize my speed. In Forza, not all cars are created equal when it comes to trail braking. Practice this technique with different cars by studying the telemetry and experimenting with braking around corners on track.
Gotta risk it for the biscuit.
Yeah. So class, what have we learned about braking?
We talked about brake pressure and how smooth, consistent movements can improve your braking technique.
We mentioned how ABS can mitigate brake locking.
And how advanced techniques like threshold and trail braking can optimize your speed going through corners.
Thanks for joining us. See you at the starting line.
Play it on Xbox.